Welcome back, guys. I'm Valen.
And I'm Theo.
And today we're reacting to ATEEZ Golden Hour Part 1 recording behind the scenes.
Very interesting. Now, if there was only someone here who knew a bunch of stuff regarding musical technical knowledge and recording, maybe me.
Maybe
the audio nerd here.
I'm so excited actually because we've been doing a song lately. Like 2 or 3 recording behind the scenes sessions.
Yeah, it was really cool at analyzing them for sure.
And now ATEEZ comes with one of the whole album.
Finally, it seems to be in vogue recently for K-pop groups to release this type of stuff. And I, as a music nerd, am loving it.
He loves it.
I really love this. And I've actually heard that this is the first time ATEEZ has ever gone this in depth with any of their behind-the-scenes recording stuff.
Awesome.
Up until now, I heard there was some stuff in like a couple of vlogs and whatnot where they gave snippets at it, but nothing proper until this point. So their fans are mega excited.
I'm excited.
And as ATEEZ, we're obviously excited about it as well. So I can't wait to really delve in and explain you guys what actually happens when ATEEZ steps in the studio over presumably at KQ Entertainment and starts recording their next singles. Let's head on into it. Also, everyone, before we begin, make sure to like the video if you're enjoying our content and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of us. Lastly, we already got a lot, and I do mean a lot, of ATEEZ content over on Patreon, including both their variety show, Wanties, we're doing currently really fun stuff. We got albums, we got concert performances, live performances, studio tunes, all types of stuff over there, and there's only more to come. We're trying to get up new ATEEZ content over on Patreon all the time because, I mean, obviously we're ATEEZ, we got a lot of other ATEEZ over there.
Love them.
And they're just so fun to actually react to and analyze. And maybe someday, if we continue growing, because you guys have been absolutely amazing, I don't want to jinx it, but I want to say it. Maybe someday we get to meet the guys themselves. I'm hoping for it. Am I Delulu? Potentially. But, you know, I'm allowed to dream, all right?
We're allowed to dream.
We're allowed to dream, okay? Nonetheless, let's do it. ATEEZ Golden Hour Part 1, recording behind the scenes. 1, 2, 3. We're officially doing this. Let's go. Now, starting here, what we're seeing here is actually a bunch of hardware compressors and hardware EQ.
It looks like they're gonna launch something
again. This is why these studios are so expensive. It's mainly thanks to these machines here. They're incredibly expensive, and if it wasn't for them, it'd be a lot harder to actually achieve the sound. For example, this is a Tube Tech compressor we're seeing here. By the way, I believe that's actually from Denmark. Do you see down here? It says Lydkraft Denmark. I'm Danish, so I'm glad we're getting a little bit of representation here in the ATEEZ verse, if you will. Very cool. Now, this is a compressor. A compressor essentially is something that's used on a lot of vocals to essentially sort of make the sound more, well, if you will, compressed, more collected, and generally just give it a bit more kick. Usually on a vocal, a proper vocal, there's up to 3 compressors, if not more, just on the vocal track. It's pretty crazy, but it's something that a vocal usually likes to have on it to really sound good. Like, for example, when I record vocals, it's there's usually like 3 compressors on it, or at the very least 2. This vocal right now you're hearing has 2 compressors on it because there's no need for 3 compressors since we're just talking, because sometimes when you add a lot of compressors, it can also take away a little bit of the dynamics from it. But that's sort of irrelevant when it's already buried in an instrumental. Then there are other priorities, essentially. So that's what we're looking at here. These types of compressors, not necessarily this one, but just compressors in general, are on all ATEEZ songs. When you're hearing the final product, it might have gone through as much as 7 or 8 different compressors, because there's only 3 or 2 on the actual song, on the actual vocal track. Then there might become another type of compression later, and then also the mastering compressor, where it will eventually go through at least like 2 or 3 other compressors. So at least 6 compressors on there.
This does look expensive.
And it's a technical process that can take a very long time to master. And another also interesting thing we're seeing here, also in just the first images, right? That again, it's hardware we're dealing with here. Now, there are also software versions, like for example, what's on this microphone right now, which you'll likely also have heard in a lot of ATEEZ songs. But the hardware versions still add a little bit more punch to it, which you cannot recreate with the software versions. However, my music definitely, and most music you're probably gonna hear out of artists that are reasonably independent, will be almost 99 to 100% software still.
Exactly.
Yeah, because this is like insanely expensive, guys. This is insanely expensive. Anyways, let's keep on going.
Recording behind.
Let's start.
That song.
I want to say a little other thing here. By the way, do you see this thing that's in front of the microphone itself?
Yeah.
It's called a pop filter. Essentially, what a pop filter does, it's kind of like in the name of it. It makes those pops and poof sounds that come from your mouth a little bit less harsh. I mean, they still are going to exist, right? But it's going to remove some of them, which is going to take away some distortion and just also make the engineer's job a bit easier, because otherwise he'd have to surgically try to lessen that if you really, if that was a problem.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's what a pop filter is, and it's on all vocal recordings you'll probably hear professionally. Another part here, this is Pro Tools. What we're seeing here is Pro Tools. Pro Tools is essentially the industry standard DAW, meaning digital audio workstation. It's the software within most of the songs are recorded, and a lot of the instrumentals are also created within Pro Tools or a similar digital audio workstation. Essentially, it might as well just be in Studio One or FL Studio or Logic or Ableton or a bunch of other digital audio workstations. But because Pro Tools sort of got into the market early, it's not because it's any better or worse than the other ones. They're just usually dominating actual like professional recording studios because they just got into the market early. Yeah. And a lot of engineers are now educated within that, essentially.
Okay.
Also, another interesting thing we're already being shown here is you can kind of see here, you see this says recording. Now these are different things that have been recorded. Do you see this little sort of slider here? This is essentially to make the transition a little bit smoother.
Yeah,
so that the audio...
I see you put that when you make
the
your
audio
music.
essentially gets turned up slowly before the vocal comes in. So it doesn't, so essentially it sounds a little bit smoother.
Actually, I always wonder what that was.
That's what
now
it does.
I know.
It's just like it slowly gets turned up. Yeah, it's essentially it's a transition, exactly.
Funny.
And this, of course, says rec here. So this is the track that the actual vocal will be inevitably recorded on, and everything down here are different vocals that the recording engineer was happy with, and then he put it down on these tracks. Now this is obviously, as we can see here from the wave form, a harmony vocal. Do you see it's being repeated in the same part here? So this is a harmony, a 3-part harmony, probably a lower voice, a higher voice, and a middle voice, or 2 higher or lower voices panned to each side. So there's one voice in this ear, one in this ear, and then the main vocal in the middle. But enough technical knowledge for this moment. Let's head on in and see the guys actually record. Let's go.
So on what? Let's go.
해 뜰 때까지 속삭여줄게 깐또 오늘 밤 오직 너를 위한 춤을 follow.
Now, as you can hear here, there's actually auto-tune in the studio. Do you hear that?
Within
a lot of modern music production, auto-tune is sort of baked into the actual studio vocal.
Crazy.
I'm not sure if he himself, they can choose that, and it's hard to tell from this performance, is also hearing the auto-tune, but sometimes they do sing while hearing the auto-tune, because auto-tune is essentially nowadays sort of an instrument in and of itself that gets used to get a certain sound.
It is an instrument nowadays.
For sure.
Exactly. I think he's hearing himself with auto-tune.
네, 팔로 쪽에 한번 알겠습니다. 해 뜰 때까지 속삭여줄게 깐또 오늘 밤 오직 너를 위한 춤을 follow. 한번 들어보고 갈 수 있을까요? 저는 그 네가 짓는 미소.
Now, as you can see here, he's just recording one little part at a time. This is quite common within the music industry, that you essentially take 1 or 2 lines, a couple of bars, what have you, and then you do the next part. It's modus operandi within a lot of recordings in general.
Exactly.
Back in the day, though, you couldn't do that. You had to record the whole thing. You're hearing old recordings, a lot of that stuff was just recorded in one take, both the instrumental and the actual vocals included.
True, one take, bro.
Crazy stuff. Anyhow, let's keep on going.
얘랑 데뷔롤 에인절을 다르게 할지 아니면 연결해서 할지 한번 해볼까요?
Let's give it a shot.
네. 네가 짓는 미소 하나에 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 데뷔롤 에인절.
Ooh.
더 차게요? 네.
It's interesting how in a lot of East Asian entertainment, the editor comes with his own little commentary.
Yeah.
It's very fun,
That's
sort of
true.
meta.
They do that.
They do love it.
It's cute.
춤을 춰 오늘 밤 타오르는 이 밤 밤의 여왕이여 내 눈의 별이여 너의 눈빛으로 나를 깨워주어 Take my soul, take my heart El amor es ciego.
El amor es ciego. In a very cool way.
Here's another interesting
his
little
hair.
thing. Now, a little bit of audio I could hear from the actual instrumental leaked, but I don't think that was from his earphones, however, because his earphones are completely soundproof.
Oh yeah.
Or it probably was actually from his earphones because he literally took them
maybe.
off. So I think it was probably because of that.
That's true.
But these types of earphones, which I'm also wearing right now, are actually like professional recording earphones. And the thing that really makes them professional recording earphones is that no audio leaks into the actual microphone.
Into the microphone.
And now, in most cases, even like don't let that stop you from recording if you don't have that.
Of
Just kind of like
course.
pay attention to that
Pay
and make sure it
attention
doesn't
to that.
leak too much. But if you want like a totally clean recording, you want that.
You need that.
Yeah, because then otherwise it's going to bleed a little bit
Yeah.
in. It can create some problems when it comes to compression, what have you. It's just better not having it.
Yeah. Uyung.
Hey!
Damn.
Damn.
He's happy. He always has this soft voice. I feel like.
Yeah, that's his
Right?
trademark vocal.
네.
But obviously he raps too, but like.
Oh, he gets to hear his own vocal here.
Junho's.
오 잘했다.
Oh, no, he's hearing the other member.
Junho's,
Yeah.
He's like comparing himself.
비단에 맞춰 차차차 뜨거워지는 심장을 느껴 팜팜팜. 감사합니다. 네. 춤을 춰 오늘 밤 타오르는 이 밤 밤의 여왕이여 내 눈의 별이여 너의 눈빛으로 나를 깨워주어
Take my soul, take my love.
And I'm honest we go.
This song was hilarious.
Now, while he did legitimately absolutely slaughter the pronunciation of the Spanish. There, let's keep it real. Definitely a
they
well
both
done
did,
take.
so Huatu.
Yeah, well, anyways.
I think they probably had some other takes because I remember in the album the pronunciation
It's fine.
was
The
good.
pronunciation was fine in that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, for sure. Anyhow, everyone, let's keep on going.
쉽지 않네.
It's not easy. It is not.
Now remember, I wanted to say a real quick thing. Guys, you have no idea how many takes this can possibly take
Oh
sometimes.
my
This is just a
God.
little snippet. Sometimes an artist can be in there trying to do one verse, right? Like one verse for a solid like 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, and then there's also like up until that, you preferably want to also warm up your vocal, which can also take a couple of days to really get it into
Exactly.
shape because it's a muscle like anything else in your body. So yeah, it's like if you're an athlete essentially.
Exactly, it's crazy.
춤을 춰 오늘 밤 타오르는 이 밤 밤의 여왕이여 내 눈의 별이여 너의 눈빛으로 나를 깨워주어 Take my soul, take my heart And I'm honestly go 오케이
Looks like a black bean. What the fuck?
춤을 춰 오늘 밤 타오르는 이 밤 밤의 여왕이여 내 눈의 별이여 너의 눈빛으로 나를 깨워주어
Damn.
Damn.
Take my heart and I'm all let's go
He's strong. His voice is like
Seriously, great, and it's really cool that they're actually harmonizing like all of the different members. I wasn't aware that it was all of the members doing this
Yeah,
part.
right?
That's super cool. The
That's-
pronunciation of the Spanish is
el
still
amor. They're saying el amor es very good.
Yeah,
It's
that's fine.
ciego.
It's ciego.
They're saying ciego.
Yeah, that's just not a word.
It's ciego.
But whatever.
But
That-
they got it right at the end.
Exactly.
They
The
did.
the final version they're saying it right, but they definitely had to re-record it.
Yeah.
I think honestly, if I like within K-pop, there are certain groups within, the K-pop fandoms love attacking reactors and people within it, the industry for not pronouncing Korean things correctly.
Yeah.
But guys, sometimes when it comes to the actual idols and their pronunciation of other things
Yeah.
is I don't mind it.
And I don't care.
The
I'm
thing
not
is,
saying how dare you.
the thing is, I don't care. It's
Okay.
totally their thing. It's art, and it's kind of whatever to some
Yeah.
extent. But it's just kind of funny how people like to be very aggressive when it comes
Yeah,
to other people's
aggressive.
pronunciation of Korean things, when a lot of the K-pop industry sometimes has trouble pronouncing foreign things.
Exactly.
And it is what it is. But nonetheless, I just want to say it's good that at least like in the final version, they did do it. And if I was them, I really would have people who knew how to speak the languages
language,
to
yeah.
kind of like double check it.
Double check.
And it seems like they did at
It
the
seems
end.
like they did, exactly.
But it just seems like sometimes imagine putting so much effort into
For-
a vocal and then you realize, damn,
it's
I didn't
bad.
pronounce it properly. I gotta get back in there.
Exactly.
It's better just knowing how to pronounce it the first time for your
first time.
own sake. For literally
For
your
their
own
own
sake.
sake.
Yeah.
He winked at us.
해보겠습니다.
El amor es ciego.
너를 보면 번쩍하네 fuego. 참을 수 없는 갈증을 느껴놓고. 너를 보면 번쩍하네 fuego. 참을 수 없는 갈증을 느껴놓고. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Very nice.
Nice. Yep.
Oh my god, the one and only.
One and only, come on. Lemon
The captain
hair.
has arrived.
Lemon hair.
간드러져 이상의 성에 싹 잘라버리지 babe. 애써 서비스 죽었다 같았다 부산항.
Hong Jung has tattoos? I didn't even know.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Damn.
what
Okay,
the
you
heck?
were literally thinking
I
that
was
too. I literally
I
did
have
not
not
know.
seen that.
Okay, why not?
간드러져 이상의 성에 싹 잘라버리지 babe.
Oh
Womp
no.
형 어떻게 들어가는 게 뭐였을까요? 간드러져. 네.
Isn't going the best. No.
이걸로 부탁 한번 더 해볼게요. 간드러져 이상의 성에 싹 잘라버리지 babe. 애써
Well, like the shirt.
I like it too. It's a cool polo.
Yeah, it's very cute. 20 minutes. You see?
Guys, this is it. I like how they keep it real
They
here.
keep it
This is
real.
legit how it goes,
That's
man.
how it goes.
I have tried to record things for like an hour.
I
and
have
it's-
seen you, man. 3 hours go by, 4
and in this
hours, and I
tropical
go in.
hellhole climate, guys. It's crazy. It's sometimes really tough.
Oh man! And I go in after 4 hours to the room, and I'm like, "How's she doing?" Like, I have 2 lines,
Yeah.
maybe 2 lines.
That's how it is, man. That's how it goes.
간드러져 다시 볼게요. 간드러져
But I love how much emotion
Yes.
Hong Jong puts into his vocal.
Intense.
It's
Insane.
less about being perfect for Hong Jong, and I really like that. It's more about
The
just
emotions.
performance.
Exactly.
I like that.
들어볼게요. 네.
Like the weight of the motion of it. Because it's art at the end of the day. You want to get
Yeah.
some emotion in there.
랄랄랄랄랄랄라.
Hong Jong is literally me.
두 산의 사이에.
How does he sing it? He monitors. He's like,
You can also see here, this is the recording engineer, by the way, the fine gentleman here. You can see here, again, like all of these different vocals have probably already at this point gone through a lot of hardware processing, including equalization,
Thanks.
which is essentially dealing with the different kilohertz. There might also be extra saturation, which is also provided by hardware synthesization in and of itself. But on top of that, like that also just essentially excites the vocal. There's the compressors on there. There might also be some de-essing to get rid of extra S sounds. All of these things, by the way, is also on this microphone, however, in a software version.
I like that they're not using Mac.
No, that's true.
I'm sorry, Apple. But
That's true. I mean, until now we're seeing like an LG, obviously
LG.
Korean monitor, and I don't know if it's on a Mac because Pro Tools, I'm pretty sure, is also on Mac. It's not only on
yeah,
Windows.
but a lot of idols use like everything Apple. I like that they keep it. Like,
Sure. What you can see that the recording engineer here is doing is that they're talking about which different essentially recordings are used. Look at him kind of clipping between different audio parts here. Look. He's got
That's
one
true.
here,
One
and then
there,
let's see,
and then another one.
and he's really fast at it.
That's
Guys,
true.
these recording engineers, like I do it. When I do it, I'm kind of like a grandma cooking. You get me? I'm just kind of like, ooh, this can be
'Cause
fun,
it-
and
'cause
I'm doing
it-
it all slow because
yeah.
there's no one rushing me.
No, exactly.
But when we have an artist in the room, and sometimes these artists, I've heard from a lot of podcasts with like professional recording engineers, can be kind of eccentric and sometimes difficult to work with. You got to do that stuff real fast.
That's true. I heard
Because
that.
like they might also have a vision in their head. They have something and they just need to hear exactly what they want to hear right now so they can get to the next part.
That's crazy.
머리 어깨 무릎 발 담은 보리 하시토 보리 다시 할게요 하시토 보리 하시토 보리 머리 어깨 무릎 발 담은 보리 하시토 보리 we don't care 보리 입 닫고 몸으로
Oh,
와자고
Shaboom! That song was insane.
한 방에 보리 머리 어깨 무릎 발 담은 보리 하시토 보리 we don't care 보리 입 닫고 다시 할게요 we don't care 보리
Damn. Oh, he's like stressed.
What are this?
He's losing his mind. Oh no.
You ready?
흔들어 말리부 격하게 디비디 바디부 나 말이 하지 않고 온그모션 비밀이 생기고
Oh, sounds the same
Uh-huh.
as the song.
Well, again, it's already gone through a lot of hardware processing at the
That's
time.
crazy.
If it wasn't for the hardware processing, it would sound a lot different with just a microphone.
편하지 않은 것도 사랑과 로까
But it's crazy.
비밀이 생기고 또 차갑게 식구들 비밀이 생기고
스피커 포셜이 제일 좋은 것 같은데요.
Yes
It's crazy how this recording sessions like.
편하는 것들은 사랑과 젊은 편하지 않은 것도 사랑과 로까
It's crazy how recording has like changed so much over the years. It's crazy.
Actually, in the last like 30 years, it hasn't changed that much.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Cause like before, for example, 30 years ago, you could like already process everything as like while they're hearing it.
Yes. You could definitely give it playback. Yeah, you
Damn.
can hear playback 30 years ago. Yeah, no problem.
That's crazy.
You could do it, yeah.
I thought this was new,
No. All of this stuff has been around for a long time.
but like
Ever
in the
since the
80s, it was very different.
I can't comment on the
70s.
80s. The 70s, no. I think it was something that probably came around like the 80s, 90s.
Damn.
The late 80s,
That's
90s. Also with the introduction of more digital recording. Playback.
Young.
첫 번째, 두 번째, 세 번째 라임에서 이제 떨어져.
Is that Hong-young?
세 번째만 타는 거야.
오 맞아.
맞잖아. 근데 그
Why is Hong-young here?
첫 번째, 두 번째도 감칠맛 있게.
Hong-young, no.
Jungho?
Yeonho, stupid.
Yeah, I think it's Jungho.
Damn.
바비부 여기 똑같고.
He's giving feedback.
말리다는 뜻도 있고.
I mean, he is
내 이것을
the
말리다.
vocal king of
그리고 내
ATEEZ.
He's the
인생이
vocal
말리다.
king.
이런 게 다 다르잖아. 그걸 흔들고 이제 그 펀치라인에 그 라인을 이렇게 녹여내란 말이야. 부의 그 느낌을 내야 되고. 격하게. 디비디 바비부 어떻게 해?
Joke.
그냥
이렇게 하지. 그 느낌을 또 부에서 표현해. 난 말이야 앞뒤 안 가리고 이거는 앞뒤 안
전호.
가리니까 구 이렇게 떨어질 수 있는 거.
Oh, damn.
또 서로 같이 올라야 돼.
이런 디테일적인 거를
펀치라인이
Why is his
서로
house
손으로
calling them?
말리는 거래. 나도 원래
김밥 말리부.
안 됩니다.
They have the beat already.
지금 파트가 정해지지 않아서 숙지를 해놔야 돼. 래퍼 파트 빼고 가사제 이제 지금 파트가 없어요.
Why did they censor the lyrics?
Yeah, right? I don't know.
Well, they also censored a part of the actual Pro
Yeah,
Tools
they
screen
do.
before.
They have-
I don't know why. I don't
They have
know
the
what kind of
reason.
information I would be able to get
They
out of
have
that.
the reasons.
Okay, but I legitimately look, guys.
Me neither. I don't know.
Like I don't know what I know how those screens usually work. There's nothing like weird that you could get from that at
No.
all. Like the name of the actual
maybe the
file.
producer or something.
I don't
Something
know,
with
but
the
just
computer.
I don't know. I legitimately
Something with the
don't know.
computers, I guess.
파트를 정해주시고 파트를 받아서 연습해서 녹음 진행. 경쟁 시대.
They're competing for the parts. That's crazy.
Am I late at the party next door?
Well, I mean, it's a big group. I could imagine that sometimes,
That's
you know.
true. Makes sense. Like, please let me hear sing
Yeah.
this.
Lady,
That makes sense.
시작할게 champagne below. She drink it more, make sure keep it going. Make it loud, jump break it down.
Why do we have a towel?
Drink it more, make sure keep it. Suck the break it down. Party's going until down.
Why do they have a towel?
I have no actual idea. That I can't tell you.
What's going on?
The one and only Junho.
시작할게 champagne below. 바쁘게 흘러 시간 앞에서 모두가 늙어 Carol Street 자 다같이 또 shining man 없어 이 분위기를 위로 더 Bounce 뒤로 우린 all day long So
Actually, an interesting thing I've noticed regarding all like analysis videos I've done for like behind the scenes recordings is that they're always looking down while singing. They're looking down at the paper. Usually the actual advice when it comes to recording vocals is that you should look up a little,
That's true.
which gives you a more open vocal.
I heard that.
But
I heard that.
it seems like in this case they don't follow that.
No.
And like this is like a lot of different groups I've seen and none of them follow
No,
that.
none of them do
That's
that.
interesting in and of itself.
Right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh why you pretty lady 시작 So why you
By the way, did you hear that little doot 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 doot
Yeah.
doot doot? You heard that?
Yeah.
Let me show you guys again.
시작
That's the click track. That's essentially to make sure
to make
that you
sure
stay
that you
totally in sync and rhythm throughout the whole thing, and you know when that 4 bars, because this
That's
is 4
cool.
4x4 music. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So you're totally certain on when to come in. Some people might need that more than others. Some people prefer to just get into the actual rhythm of it. But yeah, that's what it's called. It's
cool.
called
That's
a click
cool.
track.
So why you pretty lady watching that buzzing DJ drop the bit louder
A metronome, you can also call it.
You're falling 리듬 속으로 더 falling 뜨거워진 내 buzzing DJ drop the bit louder Don't get my vibe tonight 한 번뿐인 이 순간이야 Keep the vibe alive,
Damn.
vibe alive
Oh, we need to see Jungho the King himself.
Show his face. I think it's himself. He put it up.
Maybe.
Gotta work.
Guys, maybe that's legitimately for that reason. Maybe he wanted to be a bit more up while singing. So he
'Cause
put it
he's
more
a
up.
singer. That's true.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like-
he cares a little bit more about the vocal technique itself.
He is the vocal king, man.
the vocal king.
He's
Well,
so good, man. Anything.
the vocal king
with-
of ATEEZ for
Doesn't
sure.
matter what performance, he sounds so good.
Oh yeah.
Damn, he's on
ATEEZ
point.
would not be the same without Jungho. We've talked about that. I feel like the member that like if ATEEZ could lose any member, it cannot be Jungho.
Jungho.
Like I'm just saying.
Yeah. He's like-
uh-huh.
The best.
Oh, vocally he's the strongest.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta work. Gotta make that money.
안녕하세요, 민기입니다.
Hello, Mickey.
오늘 타이틀곡 월크 녹음하러 왔는데요. 이렇게 후루룩 해서
Looks
후루룩
tired.
진행해서 후루룩
Yeah.
할게요.
Come on, man, fighting.
Fighting.
이거 어제
파이팅.
따끈따끈한 새로 산 모자예요, 어제.
It's cute.
이쁘죠? 제 얼굴 형이랑 잘 어울리더라고요.
I like it, man.
그래서 샀습니다. 귀엽죠? Yeah, okay. Gotta work. Gotta make that money, make purse. Gotta focus so I make it purr. Keep a whip ratio and the see me on. Gotta work.
Look at him dancing.
이거 킵해놓고 한번 다시 해볼게요. 낮은 느낌으로. Yeah, okay. Gotta work. Gotta make that money, make purse. Gotta focus so I make it purr. Keep a whip ratio and the shimmy on. Gotta work. 들어볼게요. Yeah, 떨려 이거 마치 제트기. 하늘에서 뿌려버려 시즌이. My critics on a different beat. Changing that don't want like me.
Do you see how he just nuked the actual microphone there?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, if I was like a recording engineer, I'd be like, oh, don't do that. That can easily mess up
true.
both recordings with like static because the cables are moving. And man, you just gotta be careful.
They have to make sure.
Those microphones, I'm pretty sure, I don't know which one. It might be a Neumann. I'm not sure which microphone this is. But assuming that it's in a, like, obviously it's in a very expensive studio, it's definitely going to set you back several $1,000s, the microphone.
Damn.
Several $1,000s. Several thousand. It can get up to more than 10,000 for a microphone, yes.
Damn, bro.
Hey, changing that don't want like me.
I love his little dance.
너무 잘하는데?
He's too good, man.
Yeah, yeah, 떨려 이거 마치 제트기. 하늘에서 뿌려버려 시즌이.
He's feeling himself.
Yeah,
That's important.
I was gonna say that. He was feeling himself. That's good because you can actually feel what he was feeling while recording
Exactly.
it. That's good.
He's got the same emotion as he's trying to portray. That's awesome.
Tapioca, pearl, sand.
I don't know what that means,
Before
but
it was black beans, sand. What the fuck? It's cute.
But
The
great to see
editor
you,
likes sand. I think the editor likes sand.
시차에 맞게 고르시게 클래식 타입 내가 움직이면 뒤따르지 거리언스 네, 한 번만 더 해볼게요 시차에 맞게 고르시게 클래식 타입 내가 움직이면 뒤따르지 거리언스
make it purse. Gotta make that money, make purse.
죄송해요 다시 한 번만 더 봐볼게요
Ganso. They actually said it right. The ganso que pone huevos de oro.
Here, here it was a bit hard to hear, but in the actual version is all right.
Yeah.
Let me hear.
It's good.
Actually, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That was
Yeah,
good.
that was very
That
good.
was good. That has the official Hispanic seal of approval from us.
Gotta make that money make purse
Oh.
Money make purse. He puts a lot of like energy.
네 고생했습니다
By the way, when people scream like that, usually you don't want to be that close to it, or you want to tell the actual recording engineer to turn that down, because that stuff can legitimately just distort the microphone.
That's
now,
true.
that doesn't mean that it'll necessarily hurt the microphone in any permanent way, nor even temporarily, but it will distort the recording.
Yeah,
It'll
exactly.
quite simply just add digital distortion, which is not something you want. Analog hardware distortion can actually sound quite nice and add some extra
Oh.
warmness to it. That's why older records have a certain warmness to it, don't they? You get
true.
me? Like old Michael
Michael
Jackson
Jackson,
stuff,
yeah.
like Jackson 5, it has a warmness to it.
That's true.
That's because of hardware distortion. Like analog, kind of like nice saturation, which adds like this warmness to it. But digital distortion, which is what happens when you scream into your microphone, it doesn't sound very nice now, does it?
Yeah, I
no.
know that.
어
Finally, we haven't seen him. David, the editors like subtitles are hilarious.
A nice Maltese.
No,
like-
Dobermans.
Oh yeah, I was like, okay.
Gotta work.
Gotta make that money, make purse. Got a fur coat, so I'll make it.
사돈의 8초까지 아는 영의 사돈의 8초까지
Look at the camera. And they're recording it. Cute.
Got a nice microphone on the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. So I get everything.
좋습니다 Money make purse
I'm really glad they're doing this for their fans, by the way.
purse
giving them this behind the
I
scenes.
love this video, man.
I love these videos
I love
so much.
it. I love
Humanizes the actual
Yes.
members as well.
It shows the process. It's not easy.
And guys, this is the very edited version. You have no idea
Yeah, you have
how many
no idea.
man hours goes
how
into
much
one
this
person's
is.
stuff.
Gotta work.
Amen.
Cause
Make it purse.
Gotta make that.
Got
Gotta make that money, make purse. Gotta focus so I make it purr. Gotta get that credit, get purse.
Gotta work.
One of the best pronunciations, by the way, of the English.
That's
I'd
true,
say.
it's good, it's good.
There was a couple of them where you know, again, it was a bit hard to hear. Like really, like what were you saying? To be honest, like sometimes.
In Spanish?
No. Also,
Oh, in
the
English
English part there,
too.
we got a fur coat, so I
Sometimes.
make it purr.
I think because they need to get a cost because they're not like
Right,
they don't
but
truly
I think
talk English.
let's keep it real. Sometimes maybe they're not even going to invite them back in to do a second part. They're just like whatever. Those are going to be the really backing vocals,
That's true.
you know. And they're just going to like whoever did a better
because they're
pronunciation.
harmonizing some lines, so it has like
Yeah,
so many voices.
Because to be honest, like they did pretty good when it comes to the final version.
the final
The
version,
final
the
version
actual
was
song-
very intelligible for sure.
Yeah.
Anyhow, everyone, let's keep on going.
한 번만 더 해볼까요?
Gotta make that money,
make purse.
Gotta focus so I make it purr. Gotta get that credit, get purse.
Gotta work.
한번 들어볼게요. 어디가 또 튀어나와 breaking news. 하루 종일 내 노래가 나와 radio. 하루 종일 내 노래가 나와 red. 한 번만 다시 해볼게요. 하루 종일 내 노래가 나와 radio. 어디가 또 튀어나와 breaking news. 하루 종일 내 노래가 나와 radio. 따라따라따라따라나 에. 돌고 돌면 지구촌 한가족임. 지금 바빠 먼저 빠져줘. 지금 바빠 먼저 빠져줘. 잘했습니다.
Got it.
I've heard him sing live without auto-tune a bunch of times, and these guys have really come a long way from their KQ Fellas days,
Yeah.
where they were sometimes like, I heard them like kind of struggle at times, what have you. Nowadays,
Yeah, how
they are
gorgeous.
really good vocalists. They are all really solid
God, and
vocalists.
so good.
For example, like the Killing voice.
We saw the
behind
behind
the
the
scenes.
scenes of Kill, like a minute of it. So good saying.
Yeah, I just saw like this part where they were all like singing, and that was without anything, and that was a
amazing part.
awesome chorus
I
that
know,
they
it
did.
was
Yeah,
awesome.
Gotta work. Gotta work. Gotta make that money, make purse. Gotta focus so I make it purr. Give 'em whiplash when they see me earn.
Gotta work.
나 이거 킵하고 하나 더 해볼게요. Gotta work. Gotta make that money, make purse. Gotta focus.
Also, by the way, Hung Jung's pronunciation here is on point.
Yeah.
But he also speaks good English. He speaks really
He's
good
the
English.
best English like
Speaker.
He's the one who's
Yeah.
He's the best English speaker.
I'd say so. Anyhow, let's keep on going.
So I make it purr. Give 'em whiplash when they see me earn. Gotta work.
Oh, pretty. The producers complimented him like, hey.
Because he's doing a great job here. He really is.
But he's the one who cares the most.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, do I do this? He goes and produce music.
Sure. He's a real musician. This man is an artist.
Yeah,
Of course they all are, but this man is really...
another level.
I don't know. It's hard to really say. But
Well,
he
what we
definitely
get-
is really an artist.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say who's truly the biggest artist.
Well, they're obviously all artists.
Exactly.
It's just he puts a lot of like focus on the production part of the
From
music.
what it seems till now, he seems like the person who I'd personally be most confident in producing a record from
so
start
I
to finish.
think he's like the closest with any producer they get.
It makes sense because he's
Makes
also a
sense.
producer himself.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're right. You're totally right.
Fresh air, bang bang, fresh air. 네, 모니터하고 마무리할게요.
He goes in monitors.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Gotta focus so I make it.
Well.
Who's back? Who was that?
That's a crazy night sweater, by the way.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
눈 뜨면 착착착 준비되는 golden plate. 이제만 도착 LA to Tokyo. 눈 뜨면 착착 준비되는 golden plate. 이제만 도착 LA to Tokyo. 한 번만 더 해보겠습니다.
Gotta work.
Gotta make that money make purse.
golden plate. 이제만 도착 LA to
Jen Ho's
Tokyo.
vocals, not like that.
Does this man have two belts
Yeah, I
on?
was thinking that he has two belts.
What?
Or it's just the pants are look like that.
Sure, but that's crazy though. It's
That's
like
cool.
there's people who have two watches, free watches.
That's true.
That's crazy. This man just has
Style.
two belts. That's
I
his
have
flexing.
nothing.
Gotta make that money make purse. Gotta fuck her so I make it. Gotta get that credit get purse. Gotta work.
Gotta make that money make purse.
나는 괜찮아 그냥 지나가요. Gotta make that money make. Gotta make that money make. 죄송해요 한 번만 더. Gotta make that money make.
Purse.
감사합니다. 고맙습니다. 이번에도 엔딩을.
Ooh.
Gotta make that money make.
Penta black hat.
그녀들은 춤을 추는 플라밍고 허나 내 시간은 금이라서 아디오스. 좋은데? 한 번만 더 해볼까요? 그녀들은 춤을 추는 플라밍고 허나 내 시간은 금이라서 아디오스. 우리 비행기는 이미 진양석임. 오케이, 한 번 더 해볼까요?
I think actually the parts where we're hearing it from inside of the vocal booth, there's not any auto-tune on it. It wouldn't make any sense to have any sort of playback within the actual vocal booth. That would be the worst idea
That's
you could
true.
ever do. So actually I think like this, what we're hearing here is like no auto-tune. It's only when we're seeing it outside. I think in the
Oh.
inside parts, there's legit just no auto-tune on it.
What do you mean? Everything we have watched.
No, just the inside part. Sometimes we're seeing it from outside, and sometimes we're seeing it
Yeah.
inside. I actually think that when we're inside here, I'm just like a thought occurred to me. There wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to put in
right. That's
auto-tune.
what I was thinking too.
Otherwise, they'd have to put it in post. Maybe some parts they added.
The one that is like expert.
Guys,
here in
I
this
don't know. Sometimes it can be really hard to really see through what's happening because, like
Yeah.
nowadays with tuning and everything, it's hard to know what's really like 100% real and not. So I legit don't know. But within the studio, like within the actual recording booth, there would not be any playback. So essentially, yeah, like outside it, there's definitely some auto tune on it because that's just how the playback
Obviously.
is gonna sound. But the parts here inside the booth, I mean. They
Damn.
might have actually tuned some parts in post because they're really perfectionist within the K-pop industry,
Maybe.
and some people within the K-pop fandoms can be very judgmental.
It's hard
and
for me to
very
know,
cruel.
but they sound
on the
exactly
other
the
hand,
same.
they might very well just be singing like totally in pitch, which I wouldn't put it past them either.
No,
they're really
ATEEZ
good
is very
musicians.
talented.
Definitely,
Damn.
definitely. So don't take every single thing I say as literal gospel. I'm legitimately also a bit confused at times.
Literally.
우리 비행기는 이미 진양석임. Gotta make that money make purse. Gotta focus so I make it. Gotta get that credit get perks. Gotta work. Gotta make that money make purse. Gotta focus so I make it. Gotta get that credit get perks. Gotta work. 오케이, 고생했습니다. 단속에 또르게 삐뚤어
Come on, man. The king.
What is it with these guys and these beanies, bro? They love them.
Maybe because their hair looks so weird.
Maybe.
Sometimes they wear it like for that.
아, 저 목 좋습니다 오늘. 네.
Nice.
Hey, gotta make that money make purse. Gotta focus on make it purse.
Literally, bro. Him warming up. So sick.
간섭게 폰에 웹포스터로 24시간 답을 쌓는 중.
더 가볍게 가볼까요?
Higher? Ah,
좀 더
lighter.
가볍게 한번 가보도록
I was like, higher than that.
Hey, gotta make that money, make purse. Gotta focus on make it pay.
Damn, so loud.
Ready get paid.
Gotta work.
우린 지금 하늘 저 위로. You can find me where I stand.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, gotta make that money, make purse. Gotta focus on make it pay. Gotta get the credit, get paid. 우린 지금 하늘 저 위로. You can find me where I stand.
Damn.
Why is this teddy bear so good at singing?
Ah,
I guess that's like a nickname.
the
of
editor is
his.
so funny. Woo!
Let's go.
Let's go. Gotta make that money, make perk.
Fighting.
No.
So,
Damn.
very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Damn, bro. It was so fun.
For sure.
I
for
like
sure.
it, and it was not only one song or two songs. It was like the whole album. Kind
Very
of like
true.
Some parts of the whole album.
Now, this was very educational. Also for me, again, regarding what is tuned and what isn't tuned, dude, it's really hard to tell nowadays. So I'm not
Right?
even gonna, dude, I don't know. But all I know is for sure they are very good singers.
I feel like it's hard.
It is. It's crazy nowadays
It's
when it comes to what is
crazy.
real, what isn't real. Who knows?
Especially when you have an on-pitch voice or like just a very good singer.
Exactly.
It's harder.
Sometimes you don't
Like,
know.
you don't know.
Yeah, but nonetheless, like no matter what, they're obviously great singers. They really got it down. It was super cool also that the kind fellers over at KQ Entertainment were as nice to also show more of the software side, the hardware side, and the technical side of this, which I really found very interesting to, of course, just both see how obviously ATEEZ is one of my favorite K-pop groups actually do their actual recordings. That's mega interesting, and I really hope you guys also found our commentary interesting here
Yeah, I hope
when it
so.
comes to sort of guiding you through what actually happens when ATEEZ steps in the studio and makes that fur coat purr. Crazy. Brrr.
Brr.
Brrr. It was like Perry. Brrr. That's how I imagine it purring. Brrr.
Oh man, this is so funny.
No, but really cool. Very enjoyable.
Very
cool
enjoyable.
experience.
I really like watching it.
And obviously we get to see their personalities here as well.
Exactly.
They're funny young
Their
gentlemen.
style when they're like chilling or like relaxed.
Yeah, for sure.
I like their style.
No, but they're fun. It's also really cool checking them out in ATEEZ, man.
ATEEZ is so funny.
ATEEZ is really fun.
And the KQ fellas.
Oh, KQ fellas.
Back in LA.
Yeah, we watched all like the compilation videos of it, and it was really cool to also like see them really starting out before
Yeah, it's
the
crazy.
world knew about ATEEZ. That was crazy. Already, you know, them being in LA, not knowing what would happen. This was their shot in artistic career, and here we are today, looking
so
at them
happy.
record their new EP, which seems to
I'm
have been
so
a
happy.
definite success for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it makes sense to be happy for them.
It has worked for them. I'm so happy.
Amen to that. And also, if you want to check out both our reaction to KQ Fellas compilation and also the ATEEZ variety show, make sure to head on over to Patreon and check that out. Nonetheless, everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. It's been an absolute pleasure checking this out with you guys. It's been super
good.
duper cool. Make sure to like the video if you're enjoying our content. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Comment down below what you thought about our reaction and our analysis to this very interesting piece of ATEEZ content. And lastly, make sure to head on over to Patreon and check out all our content over there. We got so much stuff over there, and there's only more to come.
Yes.
Nonetheless, everyone, see you in the next one.
Bye bye guys. Take care.
Bye guys. See you in the next one. Take care.